Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know it doesn't work without you guys. In about 45 minutes from now, we're going to be getting started on our watch party. We're going to be watching Hard Knocks. Of course, with the Dallas Cowboys. Them Dallas Cowboys. We were talking about practice yesterday. Not a game, not a game. We were talking about practice. So we were watching that and having a good time watching practice. Only the Dallas Cowboys could literally fill a stadium up with people to watch practice on a Monday night. Monday night, they packed the place. I'm sitting here reading something here, and this is just mystifying to me. So I hope you guys tune in. And shout out to everybody who went through on Drew Pearson's new YouTube channel. Drew Pearson, the Ultimate Hail Mary Show. Yeah, definitely. The thing was, he had about 215 subscribers yesterday, and I put out the call from all you Jobuites. Jobies? I don't know. Joe fans, we got to come up with something for all you guys. But we went in there in force and we pumped up the volume and got him over 1,000 subscribers and even more. And we're working on getting Drew Pearson on the show where we're going to have you guys answer some questions. Big things, y'all. But I'm sitting here reading this right here. This is kind of interesting to me. In terms of mechanics, accuracy, footwork, and touch, he's the best passer in the 2018 draft. He's an incredibly clean passer. Rosen's background as a tennis player is obvious in watching him take 3 or 5 step drop. He's a prototypical in his release and delivery and operates like an NFL quarterback on play action. Rosen doesn't get rattled in the pocket despite a thin frame and tends to be better the more he's hit. With a little talent around him at UCLA this season, Rose's numbers weren't off the charts. Drops and misconnections played a role too. He has arm strength to hit windows and has shown consistent touch in leading receivers upfield. He doesn't miss often. This is the funny thing about the NFL. What they say about somebody sometimes doesn't mean anything. Josh Rosen, considered the best pure passer. He gets better as he gets hits. Leads receivers in stride. Looks like his footwork was perfect. And here we are in 2021. This is 2018 draft. He was cut from San Francisco today. 49ers waived Josh Rosen, who has now played for 4 teams since Arizona drafted him in the first round in 2018. They waived him to claim quarterback Devontae Harris off of waivers from the Baltimore Ravens. It wasn't even the last cut. This is from 90 to 85. Basically, they said, we can get a backup cornerback. We're better off doing that than holding on to Josh Rosen. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. Oh, Josh Rosen, that's a quality backup. We should sign him. Here's the thing about quarterbacks. There's not very many of them out there. And even if you're bad, you get opportunities. Somebody will sign him. Might be the Cowboys for all we know. But that's the reality of football. Everything pointed to him being a success and a great quarterback. The Cardinals, hey, we want this guy. First round draft pick. Yet, here it is. Nothing. This is what amazes me, because when you find somebody who can play, and yet that's not good enough. ESPN came out and said Dak Prescott is the odds-on favorite to throw for 6,000 yards. What I want you to understand right now in this is, and now part of this will change because there is a 17th game. And contrary to what the NFL originally said, we're going to set in place rules that no player can play more than 16 games. I don't know what happened to that. But they were saying we'll just have extra players on the roster, and then that way we won't have so much wear and tear on it. But that went out the window. It really went out the window. So you're going to get an extra game in there, so that's going to skew some of the records. Kind of like when there were 14 games, 1,000 yards meant more than it did when it's 16 games. And now that it's 17 games, 1,000 yards isn't really the same barometer. But keep in mind that the most yards that have been passed in a season is around 5,400 yards. I know a lot of you guys say Dak Prescott is a garbage-ass quarterback and he's a bum and everything else. But nobody's gotten anywhere close to 6,000 yards. Yet ESPN believes that he will. And this is a guy that ESPN people thought were, miff, as far as Dak Prescott goes in drafting him. He was kind of like, if you need a practice squad guy or, maybe a backup, he might be okay. That's the crazy thing about football. Nothing's predictable. Another little piece to today. This is actually kind of interesting because John Mara, coach of the New York stinking Giants, says that the competition committee is taking a hard look at taunting. Which you could say is, I guess you could say it's kind of like bullying. And maybe this is the new world order and things that, we don't want to hurt people's feelings. When I grew up, we used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, in this new world order, apparently, that does hurt people. And so, the NFL is looking to clamp down on taunting. Now, here's the thing that's kind of interesting to me here. And I'm trying to, now this is from Pro Football Talk. I've seen it a couple places, but I want to be sure that it's not a typo. So if it's a typo, forgive me. Because their line is, John Mara, taunting is a point of emphasis because we're sick and tired of talking. Did he mean to say talking, or did he mean to say taunting? Because if he's saying, we're sick and tired of you taunting, in a way, isn't that saying, shut up and play football? Now, me for one, I'll be 100% real. I'm not much for trash talking on the field and things. I believe your play on the field does the talking for you. I used to love that Barry Sanders, he'd get in the end zone and he'd look for officials just to throw the football to because he's acted like he's been there before. And, I got no problem with celebrations and things to a point. But sometimes we do celebrate a little too much and at the wrong times. And, I hate that things keep going back to Jalen Smith. But if I never see Jalen Smith do the swipe after the other team gets a first down, I'm okay. I really am. You don't need to every play, look at me, I'm God. You know what? If you make a great play, we as fans, we're going to be cheering like crazy. We're going to be chanting. We're going to be stomping our feet. We're going to be screaming, yeah, okay? We're going to give you the praise. You don't have to every time you get a 6-yard catch, drop it. So I can kind of understand it. However, you should have the right to free expression. And the way I was brought up is, if you don't want somebody to talk or taunt you or trash you, then you go out there on the field and you do something about it. If you don't want them to come into your house and stand on the star, then don't give them a reason to stand on the star. You handle your business. And remember, Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. And Lord knows, I've been called a lot of mother humping names on this channel. So, I don't know. I'm beginning to feel like I am that old guy on the front porch telling you to get off my lawn. Some of this gets to be ridiculous at some point. Come on. We're talking about a collision sport. That one, you have to be crazy to go through the things you go through to stay on the field. The things that they are doing are inhuman to themselves to stay on the field. The pain threshold, the medications that they have to take to perform out there. You want to take away them being happy and joyful about what they're doing too? Come on now. That's too much. All right, y'all. About 30 minutes because I done talked for about 10 minutes here. We'll be live. So let me get this stream up and running so that way we can watch our Dallas Cowboys. I hope you guys have had a great Taco Tuesday and that all of your taco dreams have come true. I didn't get any tacos today. In fact, I haven't had dinner yet. Been kind of busy. Been a little busy here, but you got to do what you got to do. See you in a little bit. Peace.